What was it like having gone through 4 different world championships? You took Lebanon to the world championships in 2010. Lebanon beat Canada in that tournament. Did you feel a little bit of frustration last year in Seville when you couldn't really impart your best knowledge to the team because you weren't on the bench, and you were on the bench only for just 1 game?
Not really, because these things were predetermined. So there was no letdown. You know, I understood what my role was. You know, the job that I was there to do, and I stayed within that role. And you know, Chot gave me a great opportunity to have input into the game plans, the practice plans, and you know, how the team was prepared and played. And you know, Chot is fantastic at that with his assistant coaches. So you know, I understood what my role was. I had a pretty good perspective in most games. I was able to go in at halftime and talk with the coaches and give any input that I thought you know, was worthwhile. Any coach, even in an assistant coaching role, you're going to chomp at the bit a little bit when you're not the guy, you know, pulling the reins. But when that's your job, then you do your job, and you don't look sideways. You don't complain about it. I was fortunate to have the opportunities I had, and I feel very blessed that Chot gave me those opportunities. So, you know, doing the job that I was there to do was comfortable for me, and I enjoyed every second of it.
Well, talking about Coach Chot, when the job of head coach of Gilas was offered to you, did you consult with Chot? Did you talk to him? And what were his words of advice to you upon receipt of that offer?
Well, before even the job was on the table, you know, it was understood that Chot would be stepping down from the position. And he and I are good friends. So we had discussions, and, you know, he said, "I'm going to endorse you for the job." And, you know, I was greatly appreciative. I hadn't even decided that, you know, that was the best thing for me. But when he said that, you know, obviously that was a great endorsement to get from, you know, the ex-coach. And, you know, through many discussions, he had talked to me about the benefits and the possibilities and the opportunities that come with the job. And he had described some of the potential pitfalls and the challenges within the job, you know, the political arena that exists here in Philippine basketball. So, you know, I was very appreciative that he did give me a lot of background and a lot of support, and continues to. You know, so there are opportunities to call Chot to ask questions. He's always available to me.
In accepting this job, did you have to turn down other offers?
At the time, no, I don't think so. I mean, I was working in New Zealand, so I had to organize my exit from the role that I had in New Zealand, the team that I was coaching there.
I think there was talk that the New Zealand national head coach was being also offered to you.
Well, it hadn't been offered, but certainly my name was being thrown around quite heavily. And at the time, that was probably first and foremost in my thinking, because, you know, I can't hide the fact that I bleed black. You know, I love that team. I love that country. I love what we achieved, and it was very, very enthralling, the potential opportunity to go back and coach Tall Blacks. But again, you know, as I said, the Philippines had kind of become my utopia. This was sort of the end game for me. And if I hadn't grabbed the opportunity when it came up this time, who knows if it would ever come up again. So
well, it's probably going to be a situation where you'll start bleeding red, blue, and yellow.
Well, I mean, I feel that tendency already, believe me, because I enjoy the people here so much, and the passion for the game is certainly contagious, and I caught that a long time ago. So, you know, whenever that virus fully infects me, you can probably cut me and see that.
Well, Coach Tab, you mentioned something about the political challenges of the job. I know it's difficult, even talking about the composition of the Gilas team. Do you feel restricted? Do you feel restrained because there may be certain limitations as to how many players or which type of players you will want to form for the national team?
I feel there's a process here, and I'm aware of that process. I was made aware of it from the beginning, and you know, I think you have to give respect to the process. I might not agree with every aspect of it. I might not sit comfortably in every seat that I'm asked to sit in. Nonetheless, the process supersedes everything and all of my wishes and the wishes of everybody else in the game, because a whole bunch of interests have gotten together and created that process. So we pay homage to that. I give respect to that, and I'll work within that process to get and to put on the court the very best Gilas team that we can, given any of those opportunities or constraints. And again, you don't go into these discussions and get every answer that you want to get. But the opportunity to build this community of professional basketball players and to help to get it behind the Gilas effort, and to help them understand that the Gilas effort, it's a two-way street. Taking these players into international competition, international arenas, international coaching, means that they should be getting a better player back into their teams. So it is a give and take. There is a sales job to be done with certain elements. And that's, again, that is the process that we're going through. We're not gonna get 100% wins across the board. But as long as we build bridges rather than destroy them, we have a chance every year to get closer and closer to what I think the fans, I think everybody in basketball wants to see as the ultimate Gilas basketball team.